Today is Monday, June 28th, and today we sort of switched things up a little bit from the last 3 weeks. Last 3 weeks I was doing hang power snatches, as well as snatch RDLs. I guess those are the only two things that were different from then to today. So today I did hang snatch doubles, 35 sets, and then the 3 count, 3 position snatch holds for 3 sets of doubles. And then I guess the snatch push press plus overhead squat, the number of reps of the push presses went down from 3 to 2. But other than that, pretty similar in structure as usual. That's sort of how my Mondays are generally structured anyways. But today was, I think I had a pretty rough start because I came in the afternoon and there were a lot of people, whereas the last few weeks I've been coming in at like 5:30, where there's like nobody and I can just sort of put in my headphones and not really talk to people and just be in the zone, I guess. But today, like, people were talking to me and like it was pretty fun, like just to socialize with the people in the gym, because like they are also pretty knowledgeable and it's just like fun interacting with other weightlifters, I guess. But I had a really hard time just getting myself to focus. I feel like all of my warm-ups up till 70, I was just like moving on autopilot. I wasn't really able to like think or concentrate on implementing any specific cues. I was just sort of going through the motions, and it's a light enough weight, and I don't want to say that like my technique is ingrained in me to the point where I can operate on autopilot, but at least for these weights I can sort of throw them around and be fine, I guess. But I guess not until 70 though. Yeah, so I did have a rough start and I had a number of issues that Aaron pointed out to me, but I was able to sort of move in the right direction through the workout to try to fix them. But so here is my first sort of missed lift at 70, which sucks because it's literally only 70. Yeah, so it's an issue I've been having recently for the last several sessions, honestly, with like anything. I guess not the hang power snatches, but the full snatches on the last few Fridays. I'm just catching too low. Well, it's a combination of catching too low and I think the turnover being a little bit too slow. Like I'm almost being too patient. Like I've sort of ingrained in myself to keep my extension lengthy and be patient with it, but I think it's gotten to a point where I like have pushed it past the point where it should be, and I just lag along in terms of the time in which I'm supposed to turn over. And so once that was sort of pointed out to me, like I think, like, Aaron told me, no, I think you should sort of speed that tempo up, I guess. That sort of let me make 80 the last warm up, and then the first set of 85. And then I did miss the second rep, but I sort of fixed things back up here. And then another thing that helped with this set, you can see it looks pretty different. Like one thing I'm doing sort of without even trying to, I'm just doing it sort of subconsciously, is I'm picking up my feet and sort of slamming them back down. And I think that was a product of me trying to push up against the bar, exactly like I do in the snatch balance, pushing up against the bar to push myself under the bar instead of just sort of pulling and praying and just diving myself down. And so that helped a lot for the third set. But this fourth set, what I was doing was I was now cutting the drive short. I overcorrected the whole thing about patience and tempo, and pushing up against the bar when it's not at the place where it needs to be sends it forward, which is why I missed both of those reps forward. But then this last set, I think, was when things really clicked. The first rep felt really, really solid. And for the fifth set, literally all I was thinking about was just 2 words. It was just patience and push. And those are the only two words that I needed to like execute in the way that I wanted to. And it felt remarkably different. Like, it felt really different. It felt a lot more solid. It felt like I had a lot more control, and I wasn't just, diving under, and hoping that I would be able to catch the weight. It was like, no, like I had control of the bar after I extended. I kept pulling up, and then once it reached the point at which I needed to push up against it, like that's when I, just told myself to push, and and that was basically all I needed, I guess. But yeah, so I'm happy about the way things ended up. I just wish I was in a state of mind to be able to focus a little bit earlier and sort of not waste a lot of my energy on those missed warm-ups at the beginning, because those are weights that I want to always be consistent at. Like, no matter what the conditions, just always be able to make. That's sort of where I want to be with those warm-up weights. But hopefully just as a product of becoming more consistent with my actual technique, that'll happen. But we'll see. Just gotta keep working. And then these push presses and overhead squats. So this angle is pretty forgiving, but I think it shows, it doesn't really show how much my hips are moving. But Aaron, who was watching from the side, pointed out that, yeah, my hips are moving and my lower back is going into flexion a lot. And so, I try to fix it, but I think, I don't think it is very different, but I also don't think it looks too bad, or at least as bad as it actually is from this angle. So I actually grabbed a more revealing angle for the third set. And yeah, you can tell that I'm losing a lot of power there. It's just not as efficient as it could be. But thankfully, these are weights I can push press fine. These re-racks are gonna kill me one day, but here's the last set. I actually also failed the overhead squat. But yeah, you can see there how much my lower back goes into flexion. Not super happy about that, but it's just an area to fix. Yeah, here I sort of let myself get a little bit forward, and that's basically, and I also hear someone in the back just going, when it's about to fall over, and that kind of made me laugh, and that might have had something to do with it. But I think, I'm not too worried. I'm not too upset about that. Because it's not a matter of me not being capable. It's just me having fucked up on that one rep. So, not a terrible day. Certainly productive, but yeah.